Welcome back, everyone, to the Horror Returns. I'm Lance. With me, as always, my host, or co-host, Brian and Philip. What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's it going? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. The week after.
Yeah, that's right. You guys have a good Turkey Day?
It was
Yeah.
decent. I mean, didn't go nowhere.
I rebuilt my smoker and made a Wagyu brisket, and it was fucking outstanding. I mean, I don't know how real Wagyu it was. I got it from HEB, and it was like $100. So not like legit Wagyu, but
right.
But it was
Close
good.
enough.
It was good. Yeah, it came out awesome. I did that in a turkey, and that one came out pretty good too.
Was it a Wagyu turkey?
No, it was just a turkey.
Okay. So they don't massage the turkeys and feed them milk, huh?
No, but I'm telling you, all right, brine that motherfucker, put it in water with a bunch of salt and garlic and a bunch of shit in it, some brown sugar for like a day before you smoke it. Smoke that sucker, pull it out at like 160, you're golden.
Nice. We're getting chilly down here in Florida, Brian. How is it in Alaska?
Fuck you. What do you mean, chili?
I'm wearing my winter gear.
You want weather update?
The weather
find
returns. Come on.
Weather update. It is a nice chilly
72,
35.
68.
It's actually
35.
warm. It's warm
Yeesh.
today.
I was gonna say
it's a hot day.
no ice boogers yet, so that's a plus.
Should have talked to me last week when it was like 4.
Ouch.
Ooh, I don't think I could survive that.
I think you might have cut out there. There was only one number there.
No, you're 4.
Well,
I think
that sucks.
I own one pair of jeans and 2 sweats, Brian. Other than that, it's all shorts. I wouldn't make it, man.
I wear shorts all the time.
You wear
like
shorts all the time?
I feel like my body's built for warm weather. I just can't do pants. I mean, if I got somewhere that requires pants, I'll put on some pants. But if I could wear shorts all the time.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of those Midwest motherfuckers that are, shorts and hoodies. That's what I'm wearing right now.
And flip-flops, right?
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to get underway?
Yep.
Let's go.
Cool of the week. Who's up first?
I'll jump in because I can actually think of one that I watched. Azrael.
Samara Weaving.
Okay.
Yeah, Samara Weaving flick where she doesn't speak at all or
That was weird.
Make any noise. Yeah, it was a weird movie. I don't know how I felt about it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. But it was still good. It was worth a watch. Samara Weaving does pretty awesome in it. I didn't really hate anybody in it. I mean, aside from the people that you're supposed to hate. But
well, they were doing their jobs, right?
Yeah. For a good reason. So the acting wasn't terrible. There was a moment that was weird. I hate to go into spoilers, but there was a moment that was weird with a guy that did talk, and you were like, "What are you fucking doing here?" It doesn't make any sense with the rest of the movie.
but it wasn't English, right? Like it was some weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I thought it was Spanish, I thought it was French at first, and I was like, "What? That's not right." And then I don't think it was French. I don't know what it was. Portuguese? Fuck, I don't know. But yeah, overall, definitely worth a watch. Maybe not her best movie, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Azrael, what do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I agree. It's not her best. It's not a bad movie. She did awesome in it.
Yeah.
It's just they could have maybe did a little bit more world building. Because I know exactly what scene you're talking about when she gets picked up on the road.
Yeah, you're like, where the fuck did this guy come from?
You're just expecting him to just be the same, but then he just starts yapping away, and you're just like, whoa, wait a minute.
And like he has no idea what the fuck is going on. Like,
I got a little.
how did
How
you
weird
get
is
here?
I got an impression of maybe they were going for a what's that M. Night Shyamalan movie?
The Village.
Yeah,
I could see that. I was kind of
Oh.
bored. I
Well,
gotta
right.
admit, I was
That's
kind
why
of
that
bored with it.
scene threw me off, man. Like, cause this
Right.
truck rolls up, and I'm like, what? Who is this guy, and how did he get here? Why is he
yeah,
seems like he's from another fucking planet?
he turns on the radio like everything's okay. And
Yeah. And it's obviously the very first time that she's ever heard the radio. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah, it sounded like definitely a village moment, right? For sure.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
maybe, but there were like legit demons. So I think it was supposed to be some post-rapture thing. That's another problem that I had with it is they didn't really explain what was happening.
maybe
Right.
maybe they
or
were
what was going on.
selected. Maybe they were selected to contain what could
Maybe.
possibly spread to the whole world.
Because I read something right before I clicked on it, and it said something about it was like a post-rapture revelation story.
Nobody told that guy in the truck.
Yeah, no, definitely they didn't tell him. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What's going on? But it was still good. I didn't really understand the ending.
I didn't
but,
either. Didn't get it.
But I don't hate it when they do those ambiguous endings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right.
All right. Can I go, Brian?
If you want to.
I'm going to give you guys two guesses. This movie's huge at the box office.
Wicked.
And I haven't.
Oh no, I forgot about that movie.
I haven't even seen Gladiator 2 yet, so that was an easy guess. But I'm fucking with you guys. That is not my cool of the week. Okay, God damn it. I enjoy musicals, right? Like I like old school musicals. I love horror musicals and in the apocalypse and all that. This motherfucking movie started with singing 2 fucking minutes in and never let up. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, really? Save me. And it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. And then at the end of, well, actually at the very beginning, it says Wicked Part 1. So we're like, really?
Oh.
We're doing this? This
well,
is
I mean,
too
but
much
it's
for me,
like
guys.
like a legit musical. It's not like,
It's
here's a
super
movie that we
legit
turned into
musical.
a musical.
I
It is
know,
a
I know.
musical that has always been a musical.
Dude,
So,
Jeff Goldblum couldn't save this. I mean, he's
Well-
awesome.
yeah, it's like when they tried to make a movie out of Cats.
Oh God, no, that was
You
something else
it didn't
altogether.
work.
All right, my real cool of the week. So Brian, I got turned on to. You were talking about a couple of things you'd seen, so I watched an episode of. Oh, the one. God damn it! This is gonna be a long night. I'm on no sleep this week. The movie with the videotapes, the creep tapes
No.
on Shudder. So I checked that out.
I watched the first couple episodes too. It was pretty good.
I watched the first one with Mike. I thought it was cool, but then I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be repetitive. Like Brian said,
Yeah.
it's basically just him pulling out the videotapes. I'm like, let me try another TV show on Shudder that Brian talked about, Horror's Greatest.
Mm-hmm.
So I get about halfway through, and all of a sudden, Brian, I hit this blind spot movie that I've always meant to see. I've never gotten around to it. It's called Race with the Devil from 1975. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes, it's. I have not seen it. It's on that show is very good for adding stuff to your list.
Sounds way better than a violin.
Yeah.
The fiddle. Never mind.
Right. No, that's a great point, because like I was like, okay, cool. I've seen this movie, and then like halfway through it, they're like, they show like a couple of minutes of Race with the Devil. It was in the segment, Brian, about conspiracies, like small town conspiracies or something like that.
Oh, okay.
think that's when they talked about it. They were talking about all the tropes,
Yeah.
horror movie tropes. So I'm like, God damn it! I stopped the first episode halfway through, and I'm like, I've got to cover this blind spot because I had heard about Race with the Devil on other podcasts. So I found it through questionable means because it's not streaming anywhere that I could find, and it is fucking glorious. 1975 movie. You've got Sergeant Hulka from Stripes. You guys remember him?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Hulka. And Peter Fonda is the other actor in it, and they're traveling cross country with their wives, and they're going through Texas, right near San Antonio, like they're showing the Alamo and all this other stuff, and they end up seeing this accident, like they're like in the wrong place, wrong time, and they see this satanic ritual going on, and basically you realize about 30 minutes into the movie that the whole movie is about the entire state of Texas being a satanic cult. Because no matter where they go in the state, try to get away from these fuckers. They're right behind them the whole way. It's like one of the people in the group is like, is she just crazy or is she really seeing weird shit? And it's pretty clear at the end she's really seeing weird shit. So absolute batshit crazy movie. You guys got to check it out. We should probably cover it. Maybe David Barta could recommend it for the podcast. What do y'all think?
If we ever get a hold of them.
Well, I'm sure we could pair it with
I got a hold of
something.
it.
I mean, shit, we're running out of movies.
All right, David's struggling. I did get in touch with David. He is struggling for titles, but there is a Horror Returns T-shirt, a Jasper Jenkins T-shirt on the way, Dave. So
Nice.
got you covered there, man. But yeah, that'd be a good one. You guys would fucking love it. 1975, car crashes everywhere. Brian, no
awesome.
CGI fire, real car
Well, they didn't have
crashes.
CGI back then.
That's what
That
I'm
would
saying.
have been really
dude.
bad, like people standing up there with paper. Be awful.
It was amazing. Okay, my clue of the week: Race with the Devil. What you got, Brian?
Well, as promised, I'm doing my 25 days of Christmas. I'm not doing no bullshit 31. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I thought it was
Christmas.
12.
I told you I'd give you the full 25. I'm not going past 25.
Wow.
Christmas ends on the 25th.
Yeah, I should have gone 12.
So I'm going to mix. I'm not doing all like I do 31. I'm not doing all new ones. I'm not going to kill myself that way because we still need to give you the rest of our 31. That's my fault.
Are there
But,
that many
We'll get
new
it.
ones, or are
We'll
they
get
all
it.
like Lifetime movies?
That's why I'm not doing
Oh,
all.
Okay.
There's actually a Kansas City Chiefs Christmas movie this year, guys, on Hallmark.
I won't be watching that.
Hey, Star Wars Christmas.
That's right.
started-
That was good
Counts.
though.
Started my
All
list with Dear Santa, the new Jack Black comedy on Paramount Plus.
Oh, I was curious.
Not good.
Ah.
Watched it with the daughter.
I was worried
All
about
the stuff with the kids. She was kind of cringing, looking away.
Oh yeah, rough.
Kid telling me kids don't
Rough.
talk like that.
Right.
I
And how
did like-
creepy was Jack Black like wearing spandex, hanging out with the little kids, Brian?
He was hamming it up. The basic
Yeah.
premise of the movie is this kid who's dumb as shit, doesn't know how to spell. Instead of writing Dear Santa, he writes Dear Satan. And the letter gets to Jack Black. He comes up. Basically, you got 3 wishes. After your 3 wishes, I own your soul. And then that's the movie. And
They keep casting Jack Black as Satan. Like, he is Satan's funny sidekick.
Brian, the twist is he is, right?
no spoilers. The
Oh,
movie just
Okay,
came out.
sorry.
My bad.
I did enjoy the Post
That was
Malone has a cameo.
Totally unintentional.
Post Malone has a cameo in it. I liked all that stuff with him because he always seems like a fun guy.
Yeah,
And
he does. He just looks like he fell asleep at a party.
he actually was a little bit more animated in this one.
Right.
And the downside is I don't know if you guys know Kyle Gass.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was in the movie for like 2 minutes, which is a damn shame.
Well,
I mean, at least he was there. I'd love to see another Tenacious D movie, though.
Oh, absolutely. We might even be doing one of the first movies sometime down the road. I got it.
David Pardo, are you listening?
We've never covered that movie, have we?
No, we haven't.
Awesome. That's one of my favorites.
And the next two movies are just rewatches: National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Barry Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas.
Classic. Now that's a musical,
another good one
because it has like one tiny musical number in it.
Yeah, we did watch
with the tree.
We did watch Home Alone, but that's all we've gotten through on Christmas movies so far.
Well,
always a classic.
That's a start.
But I give my cool of the week to Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that. I can't wait to see it.
Checked out the first episode. Now,
what is that one even about?
The basic premise is it starts on this New Republic city with these little kids. They're like in school. Basically, they're getting ready to take this exam to place them in whatever position their exam tells them to. So basically, you're
like Divergent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this kid, he wants to be a Jedi. He kind of like they're asking the kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? He says, I want to save people. I want to be a Jedi. And they're just like, you idiot, stupid kid,
Okay.
And he finds what he thinks is a Jedi temple, and him and some other kids go exploring in it, and it turns out not to be a temple, it's a ship. And of course, as kids do, they touch stuff. Mm-hmm. Ship takes off on a preset course, and that's the first episode.
So it's just like a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it's very Kids on Bike, Goonies.
Okay.
Which could be fun, and it could be bad based on how the kids acted. They were fine so far through the first episode. I know Jude Law is in the series. He plays a Jedi. I don't know who his character is. He might be a new character. He might be a character that was mentioned that I don't know.
I was like, oh, Jude Law would make a good Jedi. I like that.
And I know the guy that directed the 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies is the series, what do you call it? Directing the
showrunner.
Showrunner.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So, that's promising then.
2 episodes are out. I only seen the first one. Liking what I'm seeing so far. Like I said, it's very
all right. Yeah. Jedi Goonies.
But it all takes
it's done well.
Bad turn depending on how the kid's acting is. So
how many episodes are up now?
2.
Okay. And so you've kind of just started. Were there probably like 10 episodes or something like that in the season?
I think there's going to be 8. I don't think it's going to be a long ass season, and they're less than an hour. I think they're going to do what a lot of the show's been doing. Like the episodes could be like 40, 50 minutes, or it could be 30.
That's cool.
So that's my cool of the week.
Still haven't seen.
I might actually check that one out. Yeah, I know, dude. I haven't
so
watched
far
a lot of stuff.
on Star Wars.
But I haven't heard anything at all about that one, so it does sound interesting.
Yeah, I was hoping you would say it was good, Brian. So I'm happy to hear that. At least the beginning is good, huh?
Yeah, that's potential.
All right. I guess that brings us to horror headlines, brought to you by Brian. Take it away, man.
All right, we're going to start with some TV news. MGM Plus has renewed From for a 4th season. And that's a show I need to get back on because I really enjoyed that first season.
Never seen it.
I know. I tapped out early. I gotta admit.
Show I talked about a few weeks ago, Sweet Pea, where the girl from Fallout fantasizes about murdering people.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
That's on Stars. It's already renewed for a second season.
Huh.
oh,
Somebody
that's the
likes
other
it
one
then.
you told me to watch that I need to check out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying
Let's
to think
see.
if I had watched it or not.
You got Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Check out Hysteria.
Okay.
Set in like the 80s Satanic Panic era type stuff.
Oh, cool.
Bruce Campbell's in it. So, friend of the show. You know Bruce.
Yeah.
You know Bruce.
The man. The legend.
Let's see. Martin Starr joins the cast of The Hand That Rocks the Cradles remake.
Oh God. Okay.
Does that worry you, Lance?
I mean, he's pretty good, I guess. I would have to admit he's pretty good in Tulsa King, because he starts out as like, well, you know, Brian, you've seen it. It's
Yeah.
small time dealer, or not a dealer even, right? Just running a legitimate pot store, and then he gets into the mafia. But like every single fucking time they pull a job or a Sons of Anarchy style like baseball bat battle or something like that, he's like, he rolls his eyes and says, I guess I'm in, guys.
Yeah,
Whatever. So if you
I
can
don't-
picture Martin Starr, Philip.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
I was like,
don't
oh,
feel
okay, I
bad
kinda
for
like that guy.
anything that happens to him because he just goes along with everything.
Yeah. He likes the excitement.
Let's see. Mike Flanagan's The Life of Chuck, his Stephen King adaptation, gets a May 30th release date.
finally, seemed like that movie would have come out by now. We're talking about it like at least a year, right? And his wife is super fucking hot, by the way. I saw her being interviewed on that Horror's Greatest, and I
Whose
don't
wife?
blame him a bit.
Stephen King?
No, Mike Flanagan's wife.
Oh, okay.
You just realized she's hot now?
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed it, but the way that, I don't know if it was the way she was sitting or like the mini skirt she was wearing when she was
I
sitting in
think
the
she
chair
was
being interviewed.
I think she was the hottest in the Fall of the House of Usher when she had the silver
Yeah.
hair.
Oh, is it that
Yeah,
one?
that's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
dude, she's smoking. I mean, she's
She
older,
is
but
smoking, man.
damn, she still got it.
Let's see. Have you guys seen, I believe it's Swedish or Norwegian? I can't remember. 2021's The Trip.
Yes.
They're both right around there.
I thought you were gonna do a Swedish chef impression there, Brian.
No, we leave you to all the impressions.
Okay. No, that's Philip with his Arnold.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. But yes, I will break out with a random impression every once in a while.
Have you guys seen the movie The Trip with Numi
I
Rapace?
have seen it. Yeah,
They
I have seen
are
it.
remaking it, and so
course
far,
they are.
pretty good cast so far.
James McAvoy.
No, Lance, and
Okay.
not Dane DeHaan either.
All right.
Samara Weaving,
Oh,
Karen
ah.
Gillan, Juliette Lewis, Timothy Oliphant, and Jason Segel.
Oh,
Oh,
I like
wow.
that. I like that
Yeah,
a lot.
They're going all out.
Yeah.
And I believe the basic premise of the movie is a couple goes to a cabin to reconcile their relationship, but they really plan on killing each other. And in the middle of them killing each other, I believe two other killers happen to break into the cabin or something like that.
Yep. That's what I seem to recall.
What a
Oh.
coinky dink.
A lot
Yeah,
of
it
people
was an
trying to kill each
interesting
other.
movie.
So
I like
guess-
the cast. I mean, I kind of have to watch it with that.
No shit, right?
I don't dislike anybody on that cast.
yeah.
I think
Nah.
that's great. That's perfectly casted, right?
Speaking of movies, Lance can't wait to watch. The I Know What You Did Last Summer Legacy sequel has started production.
Who gives a shit?
No kidding.
I guarantee it'll be better than Night Swim.
Okay.
Could be.
Oh,
We'll
more
let
news.
we'll let Pedro. I'm sure we're gonna let Pedro talk about Night Swim when he comes on to do his top and bottom movies with us.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm
sure it'll
not a
be
huge
mentioned.
fan of the original either. I thought it was stupid when it came out.
My biggest problem with it, I think they miscast. What's her name? Big boobs.
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Philip.
Oh,
Should've
Sarah
been-
Michelle Gellar.
Okay.
She should have been
All
the
right.
lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I love me some Jennifer Love Hewitt. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah.
that's the only reason I watched that movie.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I get it.
Got some more news for Lance. Thanksgiving
Dane
2
DeHaan. Okay.
will begin filming in March
Why?
because people other than you really like that movie.
Actually, yeah, no, that was another one of my cool of the weeks. My daughter and I on Thanksgiving Day with the whole family here, she was like, "Let's watch a movie," and I was like, "Okay," and she's like, "Let's watch that one," and I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
So we watched a Thanksgiving slasher movie on Thanksgiving in front of the rest of the family, and my daughter loved it. The rest of the
course she
family
did.
not so much, but
Not just so much.
I had a blast because of that.
I can't get my daughter to watch it. What's the lead actress? Addison Rae.
Oh yeah,
She's not a fan, huh?
Not a fan of hers. If
well,
she's
she's
my
only in it for a
Well-
minute, isn't she?
my daughter, if she's not a fan of you, she won't. She's not a fan of Jenna
Oh.
Ortega. She
Well-
won't watch shit she's
Oh,
in.
come on. Well, give it a
The
chance.
only thing she watched was Scream because she loves the franchise.
Yeah.
She won't watch
Yeah.
a second of Wednesday, even though I said it's not bad. She's like, I ain't doing it.
And they're
I still
they're
haven't
coming out.
watched Wednesday.
Well, season 2 is right around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll need to catch
And
up.
we're gonna leave off of Scream 7 cast news.
It is on. It's on again. Okay.
Isabel May has been cast as Sidney Prescott's daughter.
Who is
I
that?
believe she is on one of those Yellowstone spinoff series. 18 something.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to get more specific than that.
The main one that was telling the whole story from the beginning.
She looks like she's a young blonde girl.
Yep, that's her. That's
Yeah.
her. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. She had a pretty good role in that show. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's not a happy ending for her or anyone else. It's rough life, guys, trying to settle America and take it away from the natives.
She will be playing Sidney Prescott's daughter. Playing her boyfriend is Cassian Bilton, never heard of him, and playing her best friend is Celeste O'Connor, which we've
Not big
seen her.
names.
We've seen Celeste O'Connor in the Ghostbusters movies, the Finn Wolfhard love interest.
Huh. Okay.
Love interest in Afterlife, and they brought her back as a
I know.
Ghostbuster in training in the next one.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but still not huge
Vaguely, I
names,
can't
right?
even picture her.
Yeah.
Well, you still got Neve Campbell and rumored Courtney Cox, even though she said she's not received a script.
What about the cheerleader? Isn't she
There
coming
might not
back?
be
I
a
thought
script yet.
probably
think-
not.
I think Kirby's coming back, and I know Patrick
That's
Dempsey is probably coming back
Oh, God.
because
They
he's
have to, right?
he's the husband. So
Okay. Makes sense.
I'm only interested because they gave the creator of the Scream series, Kevin Williamson, directing duties. So interested to see how he handles it.
You know we're all going to watch it, Brian. You're going to make us.
You have to. The daughter's gonna
Yeah.
make me. So
I mean,
Okay.
we do have to. We've seen them all. So.
and that's the news.
All right. Philip, you ready to go down to that old trailer park down in Texas where everybody's a Satan worshiper?
In
Told
the
you
trailer
because-
parks? Oh, well, actually, that would make sense. There's an awful lot of crime there.
I
What?
live next to a trailer park that exploded.
What? Do
Meth
tell.
is a hell of a drug.
Bingo.
the Willy Wonka do tell. Is this real, Brian? Or are you fucking with us?
No, seriously. I lived in it was a bunch of apartment buildings, and then not too far off was a trailer park. And then you just heard this loud explosion.
That's what it was, Philip.
That's a thing that happens, like
it was
on a relatively regular basis. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mess. The explosion was so bad that they had to basically demolish the entire trailer park.
Wow. That's worse than a tornado coming through, huh?
Looked like a tornado came through.
Yeesh, we shouldn't be laughing.
Exploding meth labs.
And yet we are.
That's funny.
Nobody died.
Amazing. Nobody died. Okay. Nobody died. So on that note, Brian is going to bring us the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. What is our first trailer to talk about tonight, Brian?
Our first and only trailer that I can find was a new movie coming to Shudder, I believe, a horror comedy called Bloody Axe Wound.
I like the title.
Sounds kind of disgusting.
What did you guys think of Bloody Axe Wound? And I believe the cast says Negan is in this movie somewhere.
He showed up at the beginning. I was
yeah, he
Negan?
was like there in a freeze frame
second.
or something. Yeah.
Oh, he had a couple hours to spare during filming.
Yeah, right. What did you think, Philip?
I don't hate it. I mean, it looks like it looks like an interesting take on the slasher thing. So I guess this girl's dad, like they live in a fucking slasher world. So her dad is some mutant slasher guy, and the mom is a rotting corpse sitting at the dinner table. You know, a la Psycho, and
right.
And then so she's got this like coming of age thing going, like with her dad, where he's telling her that she needs to follow in the family business and kill these teenage kids because he's a slasher guy.
Right.
And then she starts making friends with these teenage kids, and maybe he doesn't want to do it anymore. So it looks like an interesting story, but that seems to be the gist of it that I got from the trailer. Which I'm pretty sure I just outlined the whole plot of the movie. So there's that.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Lance?
It looks fun, man. I'm like, I was like you guys. I was like, is that fucking Negan in the beginning? But they like literally show him it only in the beginning, and then it's a bunch of unknowns. But it looks fun.
And it looked like a flashback
scene
or some shit.
Well, you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried it's going to get really repetitive, right? Because it's like the first 30 seconds of the trailer, I was totally hooked. And I'm like, oh, cool. This may be, because you guys remember how much I love Shaky Shivers. Like a super low budget, nobody in it. Nobody saw this coming. And with the guy that put on the werewolf mask and got shot at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is off kilter and I love it. And I thought this may be that movie, but then I was thinking, oh, fuck, it's starting to look really repetitive here. And I just hope we don't get into that where it's like becomes a slog after an hour and 20 minutes. But I'll give it a chance. It looks cool. And especially if it's on Shudder, because we've all got it. So why not?
Yeah, it reminded me of, my mind's going foggy right now. That movie where the guy was doing a documentary about him being a slasher. Killer.
Rise of Vernon
Leslie.
Wells?
Leslie.
Okay. Where'd Vernon Wells come from? Okay.
It kind of reminded me of that without the documentary stuff.
Yep, I totally see that.
Yeah, but this seems like a little more fun and campy.
Trying to pull up.
Yeah, not as serious maybe, right?
Yeah, although Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in this.
Well, yeah, I mean he was in the trailer for a half a second, but
I'm trying to see how much he's in it. He's top billed.
They ought to take his real name away and just call him Negan, because every fucking role he's in, he's just Negan being Negan.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean he was playing himself when he played Negan. That's the same role he always plays.
The director Matthew John Lance. You remember we watched that movie Uncle Peckerhead?
I do. I actually do remember that.
Yeah,
Wow.
he directed that.
Okay. Well, it might have promise then.
Yeah, that was kind of fun, and it's a fun name.
I do remember that.
I'm laughing way too hard at that. That was funny.
No, dude, you're supposed to. You're supposed to. With a name like that, if you don't laugh, something's wrong with you.
I hadn't heard anybody say Peckerhead in 20 years.
Uncle Peckerhead.
Yeah.
All right, Bloody Axe Wound is actually getting a VOD release first before Shudder on December 27th this month.
Huh. Not just in time for Christmas. By the time we watch it, we'll probably be done with Christmas, right? And it'll be on Shudder.
Yeah, our last movie of the year is actually the last theater movie, and it'll be Nosferatu, which I heard is getting great reviews.
I hope so.
Lance also does impressions, everybody. Wondering what he's laughing at.
Physical comedy.
Doesn't translate well over the audio show, but you know.
Well, that's all right. It'll be up on YouTube.
There you go. Go to YouTube, folks.
Come for Lance's impressions and accents.
No,
all right.
Nosferatu.
That was our last and only trailer.
All right. I guess that means it's my turn. Where we go to listener feedback. This week we shine the podcast spotlight on the Chainsaw Girls. The Chainsaw Girls is a horror movie review podcast hosted by professional wrestlers Alyssa Kay and Laura, also known as Allie or the Bunny. Ooh. Where they dissect and discuss various horror films with a fun, sometimes comedic approach, often focused on lesser-known or cult classic titles. That sounds awesome. Do you know who these girls are?
I kind of know Allison Kay, but I'm more familiar with Allie, the Bunny.
The Bunny.
Very, very easy on the eyes when she wears her little kind of goth bunny costume.
I can imagine. And I am.
Makes you want to do the bunny hop, huh?
I'm telling you. Let's see. In regards to our Facebook posting of Jessa Flux, Mike Batchelor says, hey, Colin Kirsten, there's a future Mrs. Kirsten. Bet there is.
Some Tubi Tuesdays love there.
In regards to Repo, the genetic opera.
A
Sabrina,
musical, Brian.
Yeah.
A musical, Brian.
I've seen it.
Does that count? Sabrina L. Vorman says classic.
I agree. That's a good one.
Debatable.
Yeah, it's no Anna and the Apocalypse, but you know.
You know what? That one was a lot of fun.
It was. Aren't you guys glad that Lenny Langston or whatever made you watch it?
I know.
You mean Lonnie Langston?
Yeah, whatever.
You don't know your friend's name?
I forgot it, man.
That was a Swedish cousin. In regards to Tubi Tuesdays, Night Beast episode, right. Mike Batchelor says we're not allowed to talk about flannel. It'll upset Nadam Selick.
Okay. Yeah, call in and explain that one, Batch. Or don't call in. Well, just come on the show with us. Batch, we need a Batch on here.
We do.
Has Batch ever been on the show with us, Brian? I'm trying to remember.
He's done
it's been a long fucking time, huh?
Doll Man. He came on that
Doll
episode.
Man. Jesus Christ.
I don't even
Wow.
know what movie that was.
With Tim Thomerson. The full moon
doesn't
features.
Mean anything to me at all.
Okay.
In regards to Jax, starring the upcoming Ed Gein film, Stephen Loblad says this might actually work.
And it might. I've seen the pictures. I'm a believer.
I'm sort of excited about it.
I am too.
When you do the comparison pictures, he looks just like the guy. Let's just hope his acting doesn't fuck it up.
So Brian, how long into the movie do you give it till he says, for the club?
Oh, it's a series, Vince.
How shitty is his accent going to be is really the question.
It'll be the Jack's accent because that's literally the only American accent he can do.
I swear, ever since I found out it was the final season of Sons of Anarchy when they were doing like interviews with the actors after every episode.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out he was British.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I hear the British in him when I rewatch Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
like
It's
when
hard
he
not
like
to.
gets like excited or yells or something or dramatic.
Yeah.
Out.
Like I didn't notice anything super weird at first when I was watching it. I was like, well, he talks a little different. That's okay. Everybody talks a little different.
Right.
But then, yeah, after I realized that he was British, I was like, oh, he just really sucks at this. All right. In regards to the Nosferatu poster, Thomas K.S. Wake says, why is there an Oreo behind Orlok?
I haven't
Oreo
seen that.
Orlok. We'll have to check that out.
Oreo
Oh, conspiracy.
Pentagraph.
They made a deal with the devil when they made a deal with Coca-Cola. In regards to Texas Chainsaw 2021, that was bad. I'm sorry. Dylan Self says, how hard is it to make a good Texas Chainsaw movie? It's not hard, yet they keep screwing it up.
Oy. Yeesh.
Yeah.
No mercy. Okay.
I didn't think that one was bad.
It wasn't horrible.
Well,
Yeah,
in the
fun
scheme
kills.
of things. But like, had that been the only one, the only sequel?
Right.
But yeah, in comparison to the rest of the really shitty ones.
Right. There've been a few, right?
Yeah.
Better than, what was it, Leatherface?
Yeah.
The young, good-looking guy was Leatherface.
Careful.
Yeah.
We interviewed the writer, so
I think I already pissed him off on Facebook one time.
Uh-oh. Okay. So blast away.
Everyone's a critic. In regard to the Gremlins, Don Lowry says one of my favorite Christmas movies, even though the director says it's not? Question mark. Definitely one I watched on a loop as a kid. Such a classic.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's a Christmas movie. It counts.
100%.
Christmas music,
100%.
Christmas decorations, Christmas story about Santa Claus, the father dressing up like Santa Claus and breaking his neck in the chimney.
Right.
And the Gremlins singing Christmas carols.
Yeah. Christmas movie.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And
I love your work,
drunk
Joe
in the
Dante, but you are full of shit.
Yep.
Christmas movie.
Definitely. It counts. It goes on the list.
All right.
In regards to Nightmare on Elm Street fan poster, Heather Ashley says, as soon as I noticed the empty coffee pot, it was a win for me. Great artwork.
I saw that. That's a great poster. I love it too.
A lot of attention to detail on that poster.
Nice. Smile 2. Christopher Charles King said this movie was ridiculously good.
Agreed.
I liked it, dude. I was a big
actually
fan.
rewatched it because I took advantage of all the Black Friday deals for streaming services. I was getting streaming services for like $2.
Oh.
For you better cancel before they go up to 200.
I say it was a good idea.
Not to get off the rails, but the best one I got was because my family watches a lot of shows on Stars. Stars is $10.99 a month.
Stars is badass, dude. There's
on
a lot
Black
of
Friday, I got Stars for $10.99 for the year.
Oh,
what?
Well,
yeah.
You fucking asshole! You didn't text me and tell me that. Come on, man.
No, you got
killing me, Smalls. I don't have Stars. That's the one I don't have. I was gonna get it. It was like $20 a month, and I said, it's all right.
Hey, some people still have some Cyber Monday sales going. So
if y'all see Stars for $10.99 a year, please let me know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please.
Well, damn, Black Friday is the day to buy streaming services.
If it's still there, go look on Hulu and go to add-ons, and that's where I found it.
I've got Hulu, so I will check that out as soon as we're done recording.
but I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I rewatched Smile 2, and
Smile 2.
it's in my top 10. I'm gonna say it right now. Her
Oh,
performance
for
was
sure.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially that scene where they're doing a flashback of the car wreck and she's hanging upside down and just her
Oh,
crying.
I knew you were
Her
going to say
crying's
that.
kind of up there with recent cries like Florence Pugh in Midsommar or Help Me Out, Lance, Hereditary.
Oh, Toni Collette.
Toni Collette, those cries are up there for me because I actually felt what they were feeling in that moment.
Yeah, it was just very emotional. That's
Yeah.
a really good movie. And I was so fucking worried, but I was worried about the first one. But
Yeah.
same director, we should have known, right?
And I heard somebody in our Facebook on our Facebook page suggested a good idea for the third one, that it'd be a prequel to the second one, and we see the cop, what he went through for the week.
Which
Okay.
cop?
The one in the beginning of 2.
At the very beginning, in the first scene where he was going after the mafia guys.
Yeah.
And
okay,
the
that's a
drug
good
dealer
idea.
randomly showed up trying to buy
Yeah,
drugs.
yeah.
Because he's I can't, Kyle Gallner. He's starting to be
he's a good actor.
I like
actor.
him.
So
yeah,
that'd be an idea for a third
it would
one.
be cool. I'd watch that.
I'm sure,
better than it had any business being.
I'm positive the director is listening to us right now. So
Parker Fan is a big fan, from what I understand, of the Horror Returns.
yeah, we just need a soundbite, which we didn't get from Nick D'Amici when we interviewed him, and we're doing late phases next week. But
Hey,
I digress.
We got a lot of good stories from Nick.
Yes, we did. What a guy! What a fucking guy!
Yeah, for sure. In regards to Prey, David Barta says, hoping for a sequel. This is an awesome addition to the Predator catalog. There is, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Sequel to Prey's coming.
Yeah.
Then we got Predator Badlands,
Mhm.
which is already filming, and there's a third Predator movie. They're going big.
Oh wow.
The Predator franchise.
Yeah, time to bring it back.
I think the same guy that did
right.
Prey is kind of spearheading the whole thing.
That's cool. He did the first really good one in a long time. So, let's see. In regards to the Terrifier franchise, Abram Sullivan says, honestly, I wasn't into Terrifier films, all 3 of them. I did watch them. It was a mistake.
Ouch.
Oh, Lance, you didn't.
It's not for everybody.
You didn't put the one conversation on here.
No, I didn't want to go too far down the rabbit hole.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
You got it handy?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But that's the kind of debate I like to see in our Facebook group. There was no personal attacks, just somebody that was upset with the killing of children in Terrifier 3, and then people were just kind of coming at him like they didn't even show it. It was off screen. This movie did this, and you called it class. It was kind of
right. Well,
a good debate.
Obviously, if they're killing a child in a movie, it's meant to make an impact, and something like this, I think it makes sense.
That was also said. There was like it was.
Well,
they did it to get a response, and they got a response out of you, and
that's true.
No low blows, so that's that says a lot for our community.
But yeah, definitely not a movie for everybody. But if you're like a huge horror buff, this is immediately a cult classic.
Yeah, probably should have put it in news. If anybody missed Terrifier 3 in theaters, it will be in theaters Christmas Eve.
Oh wow,
nice.
That makes sense. That'll
be fun. See, my daughter's a huge fan.
you ought to take her for Christmas Eve, man.
I know. I bet she'll want to go.
I bet you will. Now, if you can find it close to you out there in the outskirts of Galveston.
Is your son still like no?
Yeah, no, he's not as big of a horror fan. My daughter is like a little mini me. He's a little bit like my wife.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out my daughter. She likes horror, but she doesn't like gore.
Yeah.
So the Terrifier and
the
more extreme stabby stuff in the newer Scream movies is probably the most she'll deal with.
Yeah. Well, but that's kind of the point of the Terrifier franchise, is that it's extreme.
Yeah.
You know. So
She won't be watching Terrifier 3 or The Substance or, which I also rewatched The Substance.
Oh,
A lot of people have.
I still need to watch that one.
That's on a lot of best of lists for sure.
Yeah,
great,
I gotta watch it before we
there.
do our top 10.
Demi Moore kind of making a comeback with that movie.
Okay.
I'm hearing Oscar talk actually, which you don't hear too much with a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, maybe for the director, I don't know. For Demi, she was good in it. I kind of like the younger, well, I'll spoil it, the other actress in the movie.
Yeah. Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, I liked her performance. Check it out, Phil.
Okay.
But it is like
it's definitely on my list. I just hadn't run into it yet.
It's like 2.5 hours long though.
Oh, all right. Well, that's all right.
But honestly, I didn't feel like it was 2.5 hours when I was watching it.
Oh,
I can see that.
Speaking of which, right here, The Substance, Evan Sapiens.
There you go.
Best horror flick of 2024. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Philip.
And we got Jaws. Bailey Gianni says, besides the ending of the first Harry Potter film, Jaws was the first major blockbuster movie that I saw that scared me. Because I thought about how shark attacks really do happen in real life.
First Harry Potter film.
I know.
That's weird. But we had a nice debate. Brian, we had a nice debate on Jaws too in the group, but I put it all in the notes, but yeah, dude, we're getting a lot of people joining in the Facebook talks. We really appreciate it. Love having you guys join in the fun. Sorry, we just, if we read them all, it'd be a binge cast ×2 each week. So can't do it.
And there's been a lot of Terrifier 3 feedback on there. So.
And Smile 2. Yeah.
Smile 2.
I had to leave out a lot of Smile 2 feedback, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for listener feedback this week. Logos and intro come from Steve Carlton from The Geeks. Original skull artwork comes from Natsulani. Check out our webpage, www.thehorrorreturns.com. We've got our t-shirts and shit there. Steve makes a bunch of the artwork for that, it's awesome.
We'd fall apart without Steve.
Yeah, new one is up. That is an homage to Clive Barker's Nightbreed.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Fucking
it's cool.
Masterpiece. Masterpiece.
Yeah, the guy's an artist, man. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. We'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount, and for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. On to our featured attractions. This week, we check out the original Street Trash and the 2024 remake. So the original Street Trash, which I had never seen, so this will be fun.
Same here, blind spot.
From 1987, a liquor store owner sells alcoholic beverages to homeless people, unaware of what bottles actually contain. A toxic brew. Well, that just sounds like a liquor store. Director is J. Michael Muro, also known for episodes of Shameless and Longmire. Writers are J. Michael Muro with Roy Frumkiss. I guess so. Vic Noto Bronson was cast a day before principal photography commenced, less than 12 hours. He says, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, he said. Nor did I ever understand who Bronson was. I did scene by scene, not even knowing what the movie was about. I didn't read the script until 3 months after I was wrapped. I still don't know who Bronson was.
That's great. Now that's trivia. That's trivia.
Mike Lackey, who starred in the film as well as doing makeup, also created the penis. which is fun. I didn't think that was a sentence that I would read. He said they made 3 different sizes: the little one, the pecker, the medium-sized one, the poker, and the big one, the backer. It's an interesting movie, guys. Lance, you want to start us off on Street Trash?
Yeah, first time watch. This is fucking amazing. This movie is so fucking awesome. I just don't know where to begin. I'm sounding like Nez. Like every other movie he sees is either 1 on 10 or 10 on 10. And this is, I'm not gonna give it a 10 on 10, but I'm gonna use a Nezism here. This movie was fucking awesome. I loved it. The political incorrectness, the cheesy makeup, like where they had dirt on their faces that you could tell was just like black face paint.
Yeah, like, those some good-looking homeless folks.
Oh my god! Not the chick of the main dude from Vietnam. She looked like fucking trash warmed over, right? She looked really nasty.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
She found meth pretty early, I guess.
Like missing all her teeth and shit. But yeah, dude, that was fucking amazing. It was. I was not expecting this. I've always heard of Street Trash. I've meant to watch it. Never got around to it. That Viper alcohol that the Jewish dude was selling out of the. He's got his liquor store, and the guy walks up and says, hey, you're a Jew. He says it's $1 a bottle because he finds the box of it, and he says, hey, you're a Jew, aren't you guys supposed to want money or something like that? It's like that's just the beginning of the political incorrectness in this movie. This it couldn't be. You know what? This is a movie that. Sorry, Lloyd Kaufman, we love you. We love trauma films. But I was just thinking the whole time I was watching this. This was a movie you wish you had made, Lloyd. This is a movie you wish had been a trauma movie. I mean, this is just, It was so much fun from start to finish. And the penis scene, the penis football scene, you're talking about at the end where they're throwing it and trying to do a touchdown. And they got that character at the very beginning with a purple hat that's running around that's like so fucking fast nobody can catch him. It's just like, and it's in New York City, for fuck's sake. Which everybody knows, like in the late 80s, like New York City was the trash capital of the world, right? Like homeless people everywhere and just, porno stores and liquor stores and just a den of sin, right? Nothing but vice, wasn't what it is now. So it just a fun movie. I'm incredibly impressed with this. I'm super surprised I loved it as much as I did, but I'm glad I finally saw it. So, I'll pass the proverbial hat to the next guy, but so much fun watching this. Like, I'm ready to go watch it again right now. All kidding aside, I really am.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Not what I expected. Brian, what do you think?
I agree with almost everything Lance said, but I do have my issues. What the fuck was the story?
Who cares?
There was so
Who cares, man?
I care. It's my review, my time. I care.
Fair enough.
There was so many side stories and side characters being introduced. I was losing track of what the main storyline was, but I do agree with you, Lance. I do love the political incorrectness. At the same time, they're also kind of giving you a little message in there. The practical effects were really fun. Just the way everything would bubble up, because you could tell.
Oh my god, the colors.
Balloons filled up with stuff that were supposed to be boils on the skin. I thought those were a lot of fun.
Yeah, those are kind of great.
I could have did without the applied gang rape and the necrophilia. It was a little too much for me.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely
the pale, huh?
I do appreciate
took it a little far in a couple scenes.
I do appreciate they didn't show the gang rape, even though you knew it happened.
Yeah. Right.
And they had to make the fat boss guy a little bit more disgusting after he tried to force himself on his employee.
Right.
He finds a dead body and he's just like, and unzips his pants.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? This is a movie Lloyd Kaufman, Uncle Lloyd, wishes he made.
That's true.
But with all that aside, this was also, guys, the first watch for me. It's been on the list for a long time. I'm glad I watched it. It is a movie I will rewatch, but maybe I need to rewatch it because I just couldn't pinpoint what.
Yeah,
what
let's
the movie
let's
was
do a commentary.
about. Yeah.
Let's do a commentary. David
Well, I don't
Barta, this could be your commentary.
I don't even know how much of a story there actually was. It was really just a cocaine fueled.
I know. and Viper fueled.
Viper fuel. You got a crazy Vietnam guy having flashbacks.
Right. Yeah.
Fashioned a human femur bone into a dagger.
Yeah.
You got the main character and his somehow younger brother that they're supposed to be brothers living with the one black dude that's stealing chicken from the grocery.
Put all the chicken in his pants.
It's just
ridiculous scene.
It's just so many characters are introduced. And then you got the cop, who I wasn't even sure if he was a fucking cop for a minute because he's just opening fire first and asking questions later and challenging people to, would you rather shoot me or would you die by combat or some shit or whatever he said.
Oh, yes,
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And the fucking mafia dude that's not a mafia dude. And then the guy that was working for him.
Not Daniel LaRusso?
Yes, not Daniel LaRusso. That guy.
I kind of love that guy in the whole movie just because he had this that monotone mafia voice the whole time.
And he had a cane. Had to walk
that was the first thing that popped in my head. It was like, is this Ralph Macchio's uncle or something?
It might be. We didn't cover that in trivia, but I'm sure there's a lot of trivia attached to this movie.
But besides all the down points I said, the movie is a lot of fun, and it definitely deserves the cult classic stamp. Yeah,
I'll definitely give you that. It definitely gets a cult classic stamp. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as you guys did, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a little ridiculous, and you're right. I definitely got a trauma feel from it. Which is what I was gonna say. But
it was better than Terror Firmer, Nez.
Yeah, but then
I agree.
Because you said this is the Lloyd Kaufman movie he wished he made. Like that, 100% makes sense. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It was definitely worth a watch, and I'm glad that I watched it. It was very I want to say artistic, but I think it was just cocaine chaos. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure is what made this movie. Yeah. But it was fun. Scores, Lance. What do you think?
8 out of 10.
All right. That definitely implies cult status, right?
Yeah, can't wait to watch it again.
I'm not there as high as Lance, but I will give it a 7.
Okay. See, and I'm gonna go 6. So
okay.
I still enjoyed it for sure. Like it was definitely worth a watch. But it is a very Lloyd Kaufman-esque, but it's like actually pretty good.
Yes.
Some of the Lloyd Kaufman stuff is just out there.
Too far out.
Yeah.
Kind of similar though, right? And the necrophilia and gang rape. Brian was
I honestly, before we watched the movie and I started reading some stuff about it, I think I always associated this movie with trauma for some reason.
It seems like a trauma movie. But not only the gang rape, but the gang rape where the lady died.
I'm laughing here. I shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, dude. Homeless folks are nuts.
Yeah, true.
And the scene was so weird because they all gathered around like zombies.
Yeah. That
and
was
then dragged
kinda
her
gross.
away.
It's weird.
I was like, yeah, we're going there.
And then they have this fucking Oompa Loompa who's like, doo, 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 oh, I guess I better fuck the dead body. Like, Jesus, what the fuck? All right. But hey, if you don't say what the fuck at least once during a street trash movie, what are you doing?
Sure.
And there's multiple of those. But on to Street Trash 2024. Director is Ryan Kruger, also known for Fried Berry. Writers are Ryan Kruger with James C. Williamson. Soundtrack was written by Joe Vaz, who plays Chef in the movie. And that's all we got. Lance, you want to start us off?
Oh, that's it? That's all the trivia?
That's all
Not much on
trivia.
this
That
one,
was
huh?
the soundtrack was written by Joe
Oh
Vaz.
man. So after watching the original, I really wanted to enjoy this, and I haven't seen Fried Berry. Have you seen it, Brian?
Yeah, it's
Oh, really?
yeah, Lance or Phil, you should check it out too. It's a alien movie.
Yeah, a lot of
Oh.
people love it.
Stars
It's
the
kinda
the
got some
guy
cult
the guy that
status,
has
right?
his little imaginary friend that he talks to in this movie.
Two-bit.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
stars
because I was
him.
looking on IMDb and I saw that. Have I seen this movie? I don't think I have. I'm
I
gonna have to
think
watch it.
I think it's on Shudder.
Okay. Fried Berry.
A lot of drugs in that movie.
Yeah. So drugs and
why it's
aliens.
fried.
Philip
Yeah.
is in. Okay.
I'm telling you.
I was not impressed with this movie, guys. Sorry. I think were they trying to tell some message? Were they thought it was socially relevant, or
I think both movies.
see the first movie didn't? No, the first movie didn't really do that. It just
I think
fucked
they
with you.
did. I think they did. You just
They did. Okay, maybe I
you were
didn't
just blinded
catch
by
it.
the drugs and rape that you
There you
couldn't
go.
see the
There you
message.
go. I didn't enjoy this one, guys. Did not have fun. Maybe it's because I love the first one so much, but I found this one pretty boring, and I'll pass it on.
Ooch. Right?
Yeah. I don't
I
have much to
actually
say.
like this one a little bit more. I thought they
Nice.
I thought
I
they
love it.
ramped things up. I like the effects. I like the color design with
Okay.
the oozing of bodily fluids. I thought some of the
Yeah.
cast was funny. I liked the two. I don't know if they were supposed to be brothers or twins or something. The two
Right.
they
Yeah.
introduced as the two crackheads.
The New Zealand native guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's South
They're cool.
African.
Chef was fun. Two Pit was fun.
Okay.
I thought the lead guy was a little bland for me compared to all the other characters, but we'll get to spoilers. And
Yeah. I guess that's a good point.
I think the story was a little bit more fleshed out in this one with the government trying to exterminate the homeless people.
Yeah, see, that's what I didn't like. That's where they lost me. They tried to get way too much into that with the drones coming after them and all this other crap, and I'm like, really? I just want a fun movie. I shouldn't have seen the other one and then this one like back to back. That's what fucked me. This was like the first one was just dumb fun, and this one was like trying to be too serious for me.
You
I can
felt like
understand
this
that.
movie was being serious.
Well, maybe with their messaging, but I've kind of learned to tune that out because a lot of them have it.
Kind of blown
Plus,
away.
seems like the easiest way to rid yourself of homeless vermin by drugs would be spike everything with fentanyl. Ha! Hey,
There you
what a
go. They
coinkydink.
just seized a ton at the border, from what I hear. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just wait till spoilers because I'm kind of treading a line here. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot there's spoilers here. Yeah, no, I think so. This, if the last one was Lloyd Kaufman, this was man, Mel Brooks doing Lloyd Kaufman. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what this was.
Okay, I can see that.
But I did kind of enjoy it. It was very slapsticky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not my favorite movie of the year. I mean, I'm glad that I watched it once. I don't know that I'm
Spoiler
gonna watch it
alert.
again. But not a terrible movie. I think I enjoyed it. I like the little weird alien puppet guy. He was pretty
Where the
cool.
fuck did
Did
that thing come from?
Did you see
I don't know.
the after credit scene?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They went there.
They went there. Yeah, he was a sex maniac, wasn't he?
Yeah,
The
he was
little-
a
the
weird
little
little
blue guy.
horny thing. And so, but
he'd fuck anything.
that was kind of smart the way that they did that though, because like all
Right.
their really vulgar stuff came out of him, which is not really a person,
Okay.
so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
I guess I
okay.
could see that.
I liked the crazy guy that saw him. I thought he was a good character. I did like the two brothers or whatever they were. And the chick was okay. I think everybody else was pretty okay. But yeah, those were definitely the standouts to me.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a fun movie. I think maybe I don't know. They're kind of unequal playing field, I think. So I think the same.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
know. Lance, what's your score on it?
Shit. On this one, I'm giving it 2.
Ouch.
2 on 10. Yeah. Sorry.
Brian?
I agree with you, Phil. I think these are kind of on even playing fields. I like your comparison. If the first one was Lloyd Kaufman, this one's Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
So I have to, even though I did like this a little bit more, I'm still going to give it a 7, just like the original.
Like especially that one character who I also really enjoyed because he was doing a straight up Mel Brooks impersonation. The whole time.
Chef?
Yeah, Chef. I'm gonna be as stereotypical Jewish as I can. But it was funny. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 because I gave the last one a 6. I think that makes sense. Okay. And I might have even 6.25. I think
there
I
you
enjoyed
go.
this one more.
Oh, yeah.
All right, spoilers.
Ugh.
Brian, you gonna start us off?
You guys go ahead. I don't
You
care.
really hated it, huh?
To me, it made no sense. I'm sorry.
How did this one not make sense, but the other one?
The last one definitely didn't make sense.
Maybe state of mind. I don't know. I explain it to me, guys. Please explain it.
Well, you had this rich asshole that hated homeless people. How he referred to them as street trash. You know, they got to say the title in the movie.
Okay.
And they're got this chemical that you get introduced to it when they're experimenting on the one homeless lady. And right. I thought the effects were fun. I felt like they were on the same level, just a little. No, not even on the same level. I felt like they were a little updated.
Yeah, I liked the colors. I liked the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that everything was
good practical effects for sure.
I liked it that stupid little alien was a puppet.
Yeah.
I was mad the alien was there, or the puppet.
Why?
I was like, why is this fucking thing here? It makes no sense, but whatever.
I think Phil hit the nail on the head. It was all the offensive stuff came from the puppet. You can't get mad at the puppet.
Yeah, fair
Puppets
enough.
Are fun.
So it was an imaginary puppet the whole time, huh?
If that had been just some little weird guy, then they'd have been like, man, that guy's gross. But it was a cute little alien.
Was he imaginary? Because when the main guy takes that vial at the end to get superhuman strength, and he can basically Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China, he can see things no one else can see.
Yeah, I don't know that I liked that. That's what happened with the drug. I mean, I get why they did it.
For it. Society told him, "You're finally ready for it."
Yeah, I know, but I was expecting something else to happen, and I'm like, oh, he just is like super powered now. This is stupid.
Right.
I did kind of.
It was
kind of weird. I thought it was kind of weird because I felt the movie was graphic, not a little graphic. It was really graphic throughout most of the movie, but the
Yeah.
The finale with the big siege on the rich person's compound. Kind of felt like they cut scenes.
Wonder why they would though.
I was gonna say maybe to keep the violence down, but although it might have been to keep the violence down because even though this was kind of a gross and goofy movie, maybe they wanted to keep it more goofy and less violent.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people being murdered by this chemical and just straight dissolving until they're just bones left.
Right, but that's fun.
But then you got at the end when they're having the big fight scenes and stuff, and there's like he rushes down the hall, and then it just cuts to blood being splattered against the wall.
Yeah.
And then he runs back with blood on his face. So I was like, oh, that's kind of stupid. I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Because his friends had horrified looks on and said, we'll never talk about that again. And I was like, you're not even going to tell me what happens either?
Yeah. I think that it kept it a little more lighthearted because like the bubbly shit like that is like, it's obviously a spectacle. It's fun to watch. And so I don't think people get affected by that as much as they would like having somebody cut their head off. Although I think it would be fun, but
yeah,
that's just me.
Have your head cut off?
Well, no, to watch it happen. Yeah, give me the gore. Give me the gore. You're gonna go extreme. Give me the gore.
Yeah.
And I also felt like
You're sounding like Izzy now, Philip.
I'm telling you, dude. That's why Terrifier was so awesome.
I like the world they built too. It kind of went with what the situation was with them trying to take out the homeless. This kind of post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah,
you had like this underboss that was with her weird little minions.
The Rat King.
The Rat King.
Oh yeah.
Felt like I didn't know where to place the original one, what time period. Like I didn't even until you said something. I must have blacked out. I didn't even know it was in New York. But
I guess I didn't realize that either. So what was this one? This was like post-apocalyptic.
Cape Town. Yeah, Cape Town, South Africa, and it was
Oh, it was South Africa.
Apparently, it says it takes place in 2025. So we better be careful, guys. It's right around the corner. They did refer back. I did appreciate the way they referred back to getting the Viper from they said from 1986 New York, and they made a chemical from it. So
well, the director did say
at least they gave some love to it.
The director did say this is a spiritual sequel to the original one, so that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, that's all I got.
All right, Philip, anything else?
Puppy gets fucked at the end in the after credits. And they gave you sound effects of it slipping in right before the
Oof. Yeah, no, I mean, nothing that we haven't covered, I don't think.
All right. As always, we want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. We would love to hear your feedback and ideas. Just go to thehorrorreturns.com or email us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com. Next week, Brian, what are we doing, man? Oh, we're going to howl at the moon with some werewolf movies. What are the movies, Brian?
Late Phases and the new Frank Grillo starring werewolf.
Oh, God. Frank Grillo, how can it be bad, right? Speaking of Tulsa King.
And I believe we'll be having couple of guests possibly too.
I gotta hope so. Please. We haven't had guests in forever, it feels like.
I know possibly Steve may join us because he's a big werewolf guy. That's his genre right there is the werewolves. And
nice.
Nice to if he can join us to get him on something other than Children of the Corn.
Yes. Which I think Pedro's also going to join us for Children of the Corn. He
I'm
said
so
he couldn't
fucking
help
done
himself.
with those movies, dude.
Oh, dude, it's going to be a 7-hour show.
Pedro waited until those Children of the Corn movies to join us.
All right.
All right, Brian, until the horror returns again.
Good.